My dear boys and girls, we are doing GRE, Graduate Record Examination. तो चले आज हम दूसरा कर रहे हैं, क्वेश्चन नंबर सेकंड. ये क्वेश्चन नंबर सेकंड है. इज दैट क्लियर? चलें हम करते हैं. स्कॉलरशिप रिडक्शन एंड प्लेयर defections notwithstanding, the new coach applied himself to rebuilding the program with such dash that the rest of the staff struggled to match his enthusiasm. तो हमारे पास 5 ऑप्शन है. ये 5 ऑप्शन, इज दैट क्लियर? पहली है सेसेशन, मीन्स स्टॉपेज. दूसरी है इंडिफरेंस, ये अपोजिट वर्ड है. रिटॉरिक, रिटॉरिक का मतलब होता है आर्ट ऑफ इफेक्टिव यूज ऑफ लैंग्वेज. ठीक हो गया. और फर्वेंसी, फर्वेंसी मीन इंथुजिज्म. और अगला वर्ड है हीडलेस, ये अपोजिट वर्ड है ज़ील. ज़ील का भी मतलब होता है इंथुजिज्म. तो लेट अस फाइंड आउट द सेंटेंस इक्विवेलेंस. तो मैं पढ़ता हूँ एक दफ़ा, अब गौर से सुनिए. स्कॉलरशिप रिडक्शन एंड प्लेयर डिफेक्शन नॉटविथस्टैंडिंग, द न्यू कोच अप्लाइड हिमसेल्फ. ठीक हो गया. To rebuilding the program with such is our indication toward our answer. It's a clue word, it's a trigger word. और एक दूसरा भी ट्रिगर वर्ड आएगा, dash that the rest of the staff struggling to match his enthusiasm. Again this is a trigger word, clue word, which will help you to find out your answer. तो चले फिर हम करते हैं सेंटेंस इक्विवेलेंस. इनमें से 2 ऑप्शन ऐसे हैं जिनका एक ही मतलब है. स्कॉलरशिप रिडक्शन एंड प्लेयर डिफेक्शन नॉटविथस्टैंडिंग, द न्यू कोच अप्लाइड हिमसेल्फ टू रीबिल्डिंग द प्रोग्राम विद सच इज अवर इंडिकेशन टुवर्ड अवर आंसर, दैट द रेस्ट ऑफ द स्टाफ स्ट्रगल टू मैच हिज enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is our. Now let us analyze our answer. Fervency or enthusiasm, fervency and zeal both mean enthusiasm. This is called sentence equivalence. This is called sentence equivalence. I would like to repeat once again. Try to listen. Fervency, is that clear? And zeal both mean enthusiasm, and that is called sentence equivalence. Sentence equivalence. So should we proceed further? Now let us move further. Question number 3. Now we move to question 3. Is that clear? Question number 3. After hours of practice, an innumerable fruitless attempt is our indication toward our answer. It's a clue word, it's a trigger word. To catch the ball, Alan was finally forced to admit. Forced to admit is also our trigger word, which will help us to find out our answer. That he wasn't sufficiently dashed to be juggler. Now try to find out its sentence equivalence. Sentence equivalence. We have 5 options. Sedate, which means calm, quiet. Lumbering is the opposite word. Dexterous, ये एडजेक्टिव है. डेक्टर का मतलब होता है डन विथ स्किलफुली, done with craftsmanship, like that of the craftsmanship. जिसका मतलब shrewd भी है, skillful भी है, ठीक हो गया. और implicit का मतलब implied, adroit and dexterous. The meaning of that of the both word is the same. Both mean manually coordinated, या skillful, या man of craftsmanship, या shrewd, या skillful. So our answer is dexterous and adroit. This is called sentence equivalence. Sentence equivalence. We have done the third one, sentence equivalence. Now we move toward the next one, the fourth one. Is that clear? Now we should move towards fourth one. Ye fourth one. Is that clear? The cohesion of Alexander the Great vast empire was dashed at his death. At his death is our indication towards our answer. It's a clue word, it's a trigger word, which will take you towards your answer. Alexander's land was divided among is also an indication. It's a clue word, it's a trigger word. At his death and divided among is our indication towards our answer. It's a trigger word which will help us to find out our answer. So, chale, let us find out which should be our sentence equivalence. Abiding, law abiding, is that clear? Precarious का मतलब weak. Protracted adjective है, not stable, likely to collapse. Redoubled, made twice. Renowned, famous. Tenacious, weak. So now I would like to tell you the sentence equivalence. Which should be its sentence equivalence? Precarious and tenacious. Precarious and tenacious. So, this is called sentence equivalence. Again, I would like to repeat. Precarious means weak, tenacious means weak, and this is called sentence equivalence. Or protracted, I have told you earlier the meaning of protracted. ये adjective है, it means not stable, likely to collapse. और चले फिर हम आगे चलते हैं हमारा. We are doing the fifth sentence equivalence. ये है. His wife's icy stares and aloof demeanor told Johann unequivocally that his proprietary gifts had failed to dash her anger. Is that clear? His wife's icy stare. Stare is also our indication, or unequivocally is our also indication towards our answer. And aloof demeanor told Johann unequivocally that his proprietary gift had failed to dash her anger. तो हमारे पास 5 ऑप्शन है. vilify, speak ill, garner, acquire, exaggerate, make worse, placate and appease. Placate and appease. Placate is a verb, appease दोनों का मतलब है काम. To soothe, placate and appease. The meaning of that of the both words is the same, similar meaning. तो दिस इज कॉल्ड सेंटेंस इक्विवेलेंस. दिस इज कॉल्ड सेंटेंस इक्विवेलेंस. प्लेकेट एंड अपीज. तो चलें फिर हम आगे चलते हैं और अगला है हमारा नंबर 6. नंबर 6. By consuming dash number of power bars, number of power is our indication, it's a trigger word. Some athletes believe they will have proportionally greater amount of endurance and strength because of the energy producing ingredients these products claim to contain. Is that clear? तो हमारे पास 5 ऑप्शन है. I have told you earlier the indication, the word which is trying to indicate our answer. We try to indicate our answer. ठीक है, वो है पावर. तो चलें फिर हम करते हैं. Scant is the opposite word. Furtive, stealthily, capacious, ठीक है, solvent, capable of paying debt. और measure is very simple, opposite word है. Profuse. Now capacious and profuse mean plentiful. Capacious and profuse mean plentiful. This is called our sentence equivalence. So we have done 6 sentence equivalents. Again, I would like to repeat one of the most important phenomena about, that is the student. The student themselves try to create a tragedy. And what kind of tragedy is that I have earlier told that 2 years, if you study 2 years for MA, if you study, now it's BA is out of the 4 year. So if you study 4 years, if you study, that way, the 2 years, for instance, if your exam will start after 2 years, then it must be your first and foremost duty that you should try to work on from the day first. If you start day first hard working to till that of the end, you don't need any kind of sufarish. You yourself is a sufarish. You don't need any sufarish. You yourself is a sufarish. Because if you try to study 2 years, if you try to give the full time, because time plays one of the most important role. मैं एक बात आपको कहना चाहता हूँ. अमेरिका में ऐसा हुआ कि एक स्टूडेंट ने अपनी क्लास में टीचर को कहा, सर व्हाट इज सैट, व्हाट इज GRE, व्हाट इज GMAT. In response, teacher said time. Then one of the other students asked the same question, sir, could you tell us what is GRE, what is GMAT, what is SAT? He in response said time. Then the third one asked the same question. The teacher answered the same. That time, if you minimize your time efficiently, with skillfully, then definitely you will get success in your life. If you want to get success, you should try to give most importance to time. Time is very precious. Time is like that of the gold. And you should try to study. For instance, if you are trying to have your BA or BBA is 4 years. And if you study 4 years, you don't, waste time. Then you don't need any kind of, help from others. You yourself will try to give yourself a help. Or in other words, you can get job very easily. So that is my message to my students.